Hello and welcome to the Wealthify Investment Update. My name's Simon Holden, Chief Operating Officer at Wealthify, and today I'm joined by Jessie.
Hello, I'm Jessie Kwok, Chief Investment Officer at Wealthify.
Thanks, Jessie. So it's been quite a turbulent time on the news and I guess in markets. It'd be great to understand how that's impacting plan performance.
So what we've seen from the market is that we're coming from a very strong place in 2024, and that feeds through to 2025. So we had an amazing January in terms of investment performance. But from the peak in February to the bottom in mid-March, global stock market has seen 9.5% drop in that short period of time. And that is just creating volatility. Now, your plan, though, is diversified with different assets, so not just equity. So you would have seen a lesser impact in terms of that fall.
And so should I be worried about current markets?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Simon. Everyone is asking about that. So what we've seen in the market is that with the political noises coming out in the US, investors are worried about a few things. So the first thing is inflation. So is inflation going to be too high? Second thing is, are we going to enter into a recession? So would economic growth just fall away?
So 2024, we had lots of political change, lots of elections. And so I guess short term, that's having an impact. I'm a long-term investor. Does that have an impact for me?
Long-term investor, long-term savers are what we're here for. So the question that we really want to be asking is, all of these concerns, are they long-term concerns? So like, again, first of all, inflation. Are we going to see 10% inflation like in 2022? Well, the short answer is no. We've seen components of inflation, and we just don't think that we will get back to that point. Secondly, are we entering a recession? Now, you would appreciate that economic cycles, they ebb and flow. So it is inevitable that we'll see a slower part coming from a very strong place. But what we've seen is that consumers are still spending a lot. Businesses are still investing. So we are not per se worried too much about that. But because we're not going to see the high inflation in 2022, central banks will be able to use their policies to help the economy get back on track if it wasn't. Now, short-term volatilities often present us with opportunities that we can buy assets in a better price.
Right.
And if we look back in history, we do see this cycles and volatility, but over the long term, it gives you a very strong performance staying in these asset classes.
That's great. It sounds like a very busy time for the investment management team at Wealthify, and important for us to keep you guys updated. And if you want to do that, we have the weekly investment update, which is in the app on your dashboard. And then monthly, you can go into the articles and find all of our investment updates there. Thanks, Jessie.
Thank you, Simon. Good to see you.